I've been going pretty hard on our Kweenz lately, so I got a handful of articles here to just go out there and praise some of the good girls that are out there. First and foremost, we got Tulsi Gabbard, and I know a bunch of traditional conservatives out there have their certain takes on Tulsi Gabbard, but long and short of it is, nobody else is going up there stumping for the good Republican candidate. So when she does this, hey man, she's got big ups from me on this. So Tulsi Gabbard to stump for Kari Lake, yay, and Blake Masters, absolutely based out there in Arizona, which is going to be, those are definitely going to be two of the major elections to be looking forward to come November. In a couple of days, in fact, Lord have mercy, we're almost at that point. It just seems like yesterday when we were all getting screwed in 2020. Former Representative Tulsi Gabbard, who made headlines a couple of weeks ago with the announcement of leaving the Democratic Party, will campaign for two other Republicans following her appearance at the Loudoun event to support the Republican Senate candidate Don Bolduc, a former Army general. Interesting. Was that out there in Virginia? I didn't hear about that one. Anyways, Arizona Republican gubernatorial nominee Kari Lake confirmed in the October 17th post on Twitter that Gabbard will stump for her and Arizona Republican Senate nominee Blake Masters on October 18th. Kari Lake has been dropping some spicy stuff, especially when it comes to a certain election that was held a couple of years ago that we can't talk about on any free speech platforms, right? But if you want to take a look at how based Kari Lake is and how much I also appreciate her as well, and I might do another appreciation video for her before the elections come around, and I'll be so upset if she just goes in there and she just becomes an establishment hack, but she's really laid the groundwork to be in super based, and I really appreciate, and I totally 1000% support her. And the fact that she's trying to make Arizona great again, hey man, that's a state that's got a soft spot in my heart, and when I finally get the opportunity to make the great escape from Canada, Arizona's right up there, right close to the top of the list. But she's based, Masters is based, and Gabbard's doing a damn good audition to really win in some hearts and minds over on the right. Gabbard applauded Lake for fighting for border security, energy independence, public safety, and other policies that actually make life better and more affordable for American people. Now, if you could just talk about the Second Amendment and work on that stuff, that'd be great. Lake replied by calling Gabbard an American hero. Truly an honor to have an endorsement from an American hero. Yeah, somebody who legitimately broke glass ceilings over there on the left. Okay, somebody who did serve in the armed forces, as opposed to the astronaut Mark Kelly, who Blake Masters is hopefully going to steal his job from so he can have more time to go home and lick the wounds of his fucking fat, disgusting wife. Somebody who wants to take guns out of the country. Cool, you guys have a great pack that you're working on there. Fuck off. Tuesday event will be held at the Young Republican Forum in Chandler, Arizona, which is located in the suburbs of Phoenix. The campaign stop will see them at a participation of the state's party nominee for Attorney General Abe Hameda. He's another big W. Bolduc, Lake, and Masters have all received endorsements from former President Donald Trump. Yeah, he's been making his campaign stops around the country. He's one of the very few Republicans who are actually making campaign stops and understands the enormity that is this upcoming midterm election, okay? It's funny because I don't see other prominent Republicans out there on the stump for anybody else, like Ted Cruz, the fuck you doing? How about Rand Paul? Mike Lee, you guys doing anything? You guys fucking making some endorsements out there? No, just kind of waiting? Oh, actually, I think Mike Lee might be up for re-election, but that should be fucking clear sailing, even though I've seen some scuttlebutt about him being in the crosshairs of the Democrats. Good fucking luck. Oh, Bolduc's in New Hampshire. New Hampshire will be interesting as well. I can imagine he should probably win that because New Hampshire's kind of going through a little bit of an identity crisis. In a good way. When campaigning alongside Bolduc in Loudoun, New Hampshire on October 17th, Gabbard explained that it was the veterans' spirit of putting the country first that prompted her support for him. Oh, that sounds a lot like America First, which is basically a Nazi rallying cry. Ooh, the campaigning with Don Bolduc. All right, because I know he's committed to putting the country and American people first. Oh, good. She had that little the hedge word in the middle there. Couldn't quite possibly say the AF term together. And I think that more politicians and people running for office would be smart to do the same. Yeah, Yeah, exactly. Now if you could get to the establishment, which you know all too well about, not saying that you're a part of it, that's why you kind of left the Democratic Party and you didn't seek re-election back in 2020, because you knew that it was a big old clique. It was a big club, and you didn't want to be a part of it, and you weren't in it, so you just decided to go deuces, chill out in Hawaii, which I don't blame you, because that sounds like a pretty sweet way to live, if you can afford it. But then now that you're diving back into this stuff, I see you angling for some kind of a position out there. We'll see where she ends up breaking in 2024. It's closer than you'd think, because, oh, buddy, it's getting to be about that time when everything's going to be going into overdrive. But let's pivot. Let's move away from politics for a second. Let's just go to what Meghan Markle's doing, okay? Because, I don't know, she's trying to claim victimhood status or some shit like that, okay? Finally, she had the customary grieving period when it came to the Queen. You know, the Queen passed. She couldn't really make all of the statements that she was trying to again, okay? And said that, like, her big statement, because one of the first things, and people recognized her for, and the thing that gave her claim to fame, not Suits, whatever the fuck she was doing on that, okay? She was a deal or no deal suitcase girl, okay? Which, congratulations, especially at the time. She was definitely fit for the position. But now she's trying to revisionist history this stuff by saying that I was just reduced to a bimbo while on Deal or No Deal. Hey, you were allowed to talk, okay? I remember that show when it was going on. It was popular. It was around for quite a long time, okay? Some of those girls, they were allowed to talk when they were spoken to. It was totally up to you if you were just simply a bimbo. Would you refer to Vanna White like that? Because for a very long time, Vanna wasn't saying a goddamn thing on Wheel of Fortune. She was just a letter spinner lady, and she was looking awfully attractive while doing as much. Or is this just her trying to play victimhood status in order to pimp her fucking floundering podcast? But anywho, there was another model who was on there who was also another briefcase girl, Claudia Jordan, who's kind of a little bit more attractive than Meghan Markle. She had this to say: disputes Meghan Markle's deal or no deal bimbo claims. It never happened. Oh shit. Fact check in real fucking time. Claudia Jordan has responded to Meghan Markle's claims that she was treated like a bimbo and objectified during her time on Deal or No Deal. The former Deal or No Deal briefcase #1 model turned Real Housewives of Atlanta alumni took to Instagram to defend the popular game show that catapulted her career after the Duchess of Sussex slammed the show in the latest episode of Archetypes podcast. I didn't know it was on the podcast. I could just go ahead and connect the fucking dots. Now Meghan Jordan. Oh, she tried to big sister her. Oh, you love to see it. She's 49. Whew. You know, we're kind of in a different frame when it comes to doing this video right here. And I got to big up the older gals, but yeah, Claudia Jordan, she's looking pretty good for her age. For her age, okay. No simp, but you can even tell by the picture close to the bottom there. Like, fuck it, I'll just say she's several points hotter than Meghan Markle, okay? I'm a face guy. The rest of the stuff is ancillary. If we're gonna get right down to it, as long as you're fit, body for me is kind of tertiary. Be pretty and be thin. The rest of the shit we can work out. You know, Dr. Miami's just a phone call away. For clarity, yes, getting a modeling gig on a game show isn't necessarily about your intellect. That's why she was perfect for the job. But every show, the executive producers picked 5 models with the most outgoing and fun personalities to place mics on. Hey, see, I didn't make that shit up, okay? On who they knew would engage with the contestants. The Post reached out to Jordan for comment. Jordan, who appeared on the show alongside Markle for some time, directly denied Markle's claims that the show treated women like bimbos, a word that Markle dissects with Paris Hilton. Wow, that's the perfect guest to have on your podcast to dissect. What is a bimbo? Well, can you just go ahead and describe your past decade and a half, Paris? Anyways, in the podcast episode that was released Tuesday, Deal or No Deal never treated us like bimbos. We got so many opportunities because of the show, Fremantle and at NBC. I love when this shit like this happens, because we talked about something when it came to Playboy not that long ago, and there were some goofy broads just trying to dunk on the corpse of Hugh Hefner, and then somebody came out and said, no, Playboy gave us a lot of fucking opportunities, and if you didn't capitalize on that shit, that's on you. There's no reason that you need to go back and rewrite the past because you're fucking career failures, okay? And this is what Claudia Jordan's doing. I really appreciate that, okay? Listen, we were doing what we were doing, okay? We were pieces of asses up there, but we also had the opportunity, if we had a decent personality, to get mic'd up. if you weren't getting mic'd up all that often, well, I got news for you. You should probably do a couple more podcasts on being a bimbo. Anyways, but yeah, that's her Instagram post. You know, you mean serious business when you got the black background, the white text. And we already went over that stuff, which is fucking big ups to her. And God damn. I understand that that's from the Deal or No Deal days, and that shit was way back in the cut, but Lord have mercy. Big ups to Claudia Jordan, and also to the dearly departed Queen. Big ups to her. God damn. She truly was the last of a dying breed. The Queen didn't let Meghan Markle wear her favorite wedding tiara, because fuck you, that's why. I miss the Queen. God, she was the perfect encapsulation of just apex femininity. Because you got these other broads that are running around, oh, I'm an alpha female. It's like, no, you're not. You don't even understand what it means to be an alpha female, okay? Because being an alpha man, or an alpha male and an alpha female, you can't just interchange the genders and then just apply both of those characteristics the same. An alpha female is peak femininity. An alpha male is peak masculinity. Those two things are mutually exclusive. Those two things cannot coexist together. The term alpha female, right? At least in the colloquial version. Or you're a boss babe and you don't need no man. You can be strong and independent. Yeah, no top tier dude, no high value man out there is looking for an alpha female. You might fuck an alpha female, but you ain't wifing that shit up. Not if you're a man of any status, or internal value. But speaking of which, when she was getting married to the beta cuck simp of the fucking generation, Meghan Markle's wedding day was one for the ages, but could have made the history books for all the wrong reasons. The actress wedded her beloved cap, Prince Harry, in May of 2018. Oh, it was all that long ago. I'm sure there's probably a wall somewhere in one of the homes that Prince Harry bought for that ungrateful cunt, where it's probably just scrolled into the wall however many days that they've been together, praying that somebody dies and not really caring who it is at the end of the day. Her bridal look came complete with the Da Vinci crown, blah, blah, blah. Who gives a shit? However, the Duchess of Sussex, 41, she doesn't have that. Oh, no, she does have that title because Charles cucked out and gave them all new titles. Reportedly wanted a different headpiece for her big day, because of course she did. Royal historian Robert Lacey claimed in his book, The Battle of Brothers, William and Harry, that Markle wanted to wear an emerald and diamond-encrusted tiara on her wedding day instead. Unconfirmed by the palace, but not denied. We were told that the Queen felt that she had to say no to Meghan's first choice, a beautiful emerald headdress that was said to have come from Russia. Oh, see, the Russians are involved in this. That's why you know that the Russians are racist. Okay. This was code for a sensitive origin, meaning that the treasure was one that had not found its way into Windsor hands through undefined, not to say dodgy channels, and for an undisclosed price. In the aftermath of the Russian Revolution, Lacey explained. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, I guess that's the tiara is pictured there. Buckingham Palace insider went to write, there's a scandal attached to the tiara Markle desired. For this reason, the emerald tiara was seldom, if ever, put on public display. Oh, of course. I want that one because it's rare and nobody gets to see it, and it's my special day getting married for the second time. Why would you wife her up? You're a fucking prince, you idiot. You get all of the benefits of being a fucking royal, and you never, ever, 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 ever have to fucking bear the burden of being king. You have all of the benefits, all of the fucking frills and gimmicks associated with it, and then you decide to wife up a fucking used up 304. You deserve the life exactly what you get. Harry, 38, also allegedly flew into an angry rage when he learned that the former suit star wouldn't get her wish. Yes, it just sent him down that path, and it made everybody very fucking aware of how tismy his relationship would be. But hey man, big ups to the Queen. Gone but not forgotten. But then, okay, because we've given big ups to a bunch of very dignified, high-profile women that are out there. Former models, former monarchs, former military personnel. Let's just shout out some 304s here for a second, shall we? Frisky fan flashes entire soccer stadium. Poses for selfies after team scores. Sometimes a little bit of titty is all you need. I appreciate that shit. Okay, I was talking about previously how wonderful and fantastic a beautiful face is, but when it's all said and done, sometimes just a nice set of titties is really all you need. Okay. And I'm not one of these dudes who's like, duh, only natural. Because I've seen some horrific fucking tits, okay? They look like a shopping bag with a cantaloupe at the bottom with cellar tape attached to the wall. 2 of them. not that great. Or some banana titties that just kind of look like there's an oatmeal cookie at the bottom of them. Not fucking great either. But then again, I've also seen some titties that kind of bring a tear to your eye because they're just big and full and heavy and fun to play with. But if your girl finds some, you know, extra titty meat there that needs a little filling in, I'm not opposed to that type of stuff, okay? Because it's great. You know, sometimes they can go under the muscle and all that shit, and it looks perfect and natural and wonderful. Or sometimes, you know what, hey, if you're the type of guy or the type of woman who wants to get those big fucking plastic beach balls on their chest, God bless to you. I don't give a fuck. Pump them all the way up 1800, get all the CCs you want. Do whatever's best for you in your circumstance. I could give a shit about natural, real, send from Mars. Titties are titties and titties are great. So you're going to see a lot of cope in this section right here, but hey man, not going to be coming from me. I appreciate this. Like, I don't like soccer at all. It's too fucking boring for my taste, but I appreciate the athletic dynamism that it requires in order to play at such a high level. And another reason, the only reason that I would partake in a viewing of one of these games is because the fan experience is normally totally off the fucking chain. And especially in Mexico, like, if you can avoid getting stabbed or some shit like that, you can see some decent titties. Let's just throw it at that, because she's not terrible. This isn't some flatso trying to get attention. Okay, but, you know, next time that you want to flash, maybe suck in the gut a little. A frisky soccer fan in Mexico is going viral after flashing her breasts to an entire stadium to celebrate her team scoring the winning goal. That's how you celebrate right there. That is fucking great. A video of the joyous display reportedly amassed 1.1 million views on social media as soccer buffs applaud the fan. The not safe for work stunt occurred on October 13th. Well, the Tigres UANL, you know, you could rearrange those letters, and anyways, faced off against CF Pachua, okay, at a Liga MX championship game in Nueva Leon, according to Jam Press. That's a bunch of words. Let's just get to the tits already. Tigres, who were the home team, had been awarded a penalty kick to break the tie in the final minutes of the second half. Fortunately, they ended up scoring the goal and winning the game, whereupon the crowd went wild in more ways than one. In fact, two, if we're being completely straight about it. Now, they're getting a little too avarice when it comes to censoring that type of stuff, but we got different perceptions and different pictures of that as well. She kind of looks a little cute, and the fact that she's willing to get her titties out in public, I appreciate that shit as well. And it's, hey Samoa Joe, haven't seen you on TV in a while. Nice to see that you stopped by and caught a soccer game, and oof, that's unfortunate. Like I said before, it's nice that you got the titties out, but can you suck in the gut next time? But it's not all bad. Like, she's not terrible. It looks like she got a bit of an ass on her too, so I like that. I appreciate that. In the footage, the aforementioned fan can be seen lifting up her blue shirt and flashing her World Cups. Get it? Get it? To the crowd like a reveler at Mardi Gras. Yeah, she didn't even get any beads, but she got a hell of a lot of attention. She then proceeds to jump up and down and up and down and up and down. So her breasts bounce in full view of thousands of cheering fans. Thanks, we got it. At one point, spectators even posed for selfies with the soccer-loving exhibitionists. Shit like this can only happen in fucking Mexico, okay? Because if any girl was to do that, and then you had, you know, the smiling face of this dude right here, okay, coming up, she wouldn't be leaning into it, like, okay, she would be saying, harassment, sexual harassment. It's like, bitch, you got your titties out in public, and you're just lucky this dude's not taking a fucking mouthful right now, so just shut your yap. Needless to say, the Girls Gone Wild-esque showcase made a splash on social media with salivating gawkers. Hey man, I'm just, you know, I just like the enthusiasm of the crowd, because you love to see it. Made a splash on social media, he's salivating gawkers, commending the gal on her pretty memories. Nice breasts, wow. Yeah, not bad, not bad. And again, yeah, the whole censorship gimmick, it's like, you know, just a little over the top, but I understand. However, others weren't so enamored. Oh, pure plastic, scoffed one detractor. That's somebody, oh my god, yeah, just snarking. Nothing like seeing the bounce of something natural. Oh my god, shut up. Yes, I hope your wife sees that comment. You're such a fucking stunning and brave individual. Get fucked. As long as the nipples aren't doing some fucking goofy shit like that, and it's like, yeah, man, that's fucking great. Just some drunk 20-something with a cute face and, you know, some self-esteem issues because she needs to flash her titties in public like that. God bless her. This is the first time sports fans have given spectators an impromptu strip tease. Yeah, just everywhere. Or just go to a fucking concert. Christ, I can tell you, I used to work security at the local arena for, especially for some of the younger skewing concerts that were happening. Yeah, you seen a lot of titties when you were down there. Some of them you didn't want to see, but some of them were, okay. You'd encourage them to stop doing that and, causing a stink or anything like that. And other times you'd be like, oh, that's very interesting. Anyways, yeah. In January, a woman sparked a massive brawl after flashing the crowd at a motocross event in Anaheim, California. Do we dare? Yeah, fuck it. Oh, yeah, that lady there. I think we talked about this as well. Beer, two-toned hair, probably a couple of other body piercings as well. Hey, she's just showing off the good work of her plastic surgeon. I also appreciate that as well. Good for her. Good for some fun-loving individuals and good for some strong, independent women out there. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.